Well, this week on Dateline Schools, I've been getting some tips on how we can help get our kids prepared for the start of the brand new school year. And with all the information, my special guest is St. Clair County RESA behavior specialist, Joe Zima. And Joe, one of the things that we haven't talked about, I'd like to end the week on that, is our parents really play a key role in how well the school year will start. And attitude, not only for the parents, but attitude of the kids is going to play a big role. Explain how that works and how important it is for our parents to have a good attitude looking forward to the start of the school year.
Yeah, I honestly, Terry, I think it's probably the most important thing that we can think about. We know by and large that kids genuinely convey the attitudes that are conveyed to them. So we call that modeling in psychology, that the attitude that you model or demonstrate for your children are typically the ones that they pick up and run with. There's a really interesting video that's actually was a commercial for the Australian Association for the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect. And anyone can access this video. It's a 1-minute commercial, and you can look it up on YouTube. It's called Outrageous Acts by Parents and Children. And it's a really interesting commercial, if not just a little bit funny, but it really demonstrates what modeling is. So one of the clips, it shows the mom screaming and yelling and giving some inappropriate gestures to another driver as she's driving. And as the camera pans to the back seat, you see the 6-year-old child doing the same thing. She's kind of giving the bird to another driver that's flying by. You see another clip of a dad who's putting out his cigarette on the ground and stomping it out. And then the 7-year-old behind him is also putting a cigarette out and stomping it out on the ground. And then one of the other clips is a parent yelling and screaming into the cell phone. So the camera pans and you see the child doing the same thing. 7 years old, his daughter, it looks like in the commercial, is yelling and screaming into her cell phone. And the point or the idea behind the commercial is that kids genuinely do what they see us doing. And that's the same for teachers as it is for parents. Kids genuinely, or most of the time, behave the way that we model for them or teach them to behave. So if we have a positive attitude and talk to kids openly about how to stay safe and what the expectations are for things like wearing a mask, for the most part, kids do a great job with that. They're very resilient. They're okay with wearing that mask. But if we get into the classroom or in the homes and we say, oh, don't wear that, there's no reason to do that, this is silly, this is stupid, they're going to most of the time pick up on that too and push back on some of those ideas. So for the most part, kids go along with what we teach them and model to them. So I would say that's probably the most important thing we can do this year, is really think about how to lead our kids in terms of being safe in the classroom and in the community. And the easiest way to do that is to demonstrate that ourselves. Put those masks on, listen to some of the ideas in terms of being safe, have those open communications and discussions with our kids. I'm doing that very same thing with my daughter. And I know when I do that, she doesn't have any issue with those safety precautions that are out there. So our attitude is probably the most important thing that we can think about.
For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington. Dateline Schools is a production of St. Clair County RESA.